I'm Marnie, and I've been obsessed with documentaries.
And I'm Chrissy. I haven't, but I'm giving it a go.
We watch so you don't have to. Or maybe you do, and just want a completely fact-free synopsis.
Expect spoilers and tangents.
Because we're not here to educate.
We trade accuracy for entertainment every time.
This is the Gist Project. Hey, Moon.
Hey,
We're doing it again.
let's do it again. Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about The Perfect Neighbor,
Oh, yeah.
but
I feel like that's a misnomer.
it really is. Yeah, or an oxymoron,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
God, and we'll get into it, but it's kind of hard to be jolly on a subject so terrible.
Yeah, which makes this day
Yeah.
perfect for it.
Yep.
It's cold and dreary and dark.
Yep.
Um,
And yet, 6 months from now, it would have been daylight for approximately 8 hours,
yeah.
or so it would have felt.
Yeah.
And we'd still be tired. But it's like, what, 8:30?
Yeah.
And it's still this gross?
No, so I think the universe is saying now's the time to do that. Make light of that documentary that you can't find any light in, but
That's right.
we'll give it a shot.
That's right.
Yeah.
So before we get into it then,
Mhm.
what's been the scoop?
Well, gosh, I'm like, should we talk more about hockey or crochet? No, we won't. When I have time off and I'm not puzzling or doing other things,
Right.
I do have a few, like sometimes I have 30 minutes to watch a show, sometimes an hour. And I realized like Lucy and I have a show just her and I watch. If it's
Huge.
just her and I,
Yep.
that's somebody somewhere. Mary and I watch Severance if it's just her and I.
Okay.
And then I had time alone, like just me. So it's like, what do I watch? It turns out, and I do this like a habit, South Korean zombie type shows.
I'm sorry. We've now officially hit a new genre. South Korean zombie?
I'm going to classify it as that.
Okay.
I don't know how Netflix would put it, but there is such a good zombie one out there called All of Us Are Dead.
Okay.
And this is, these zombies are fast, which is different.
Okay.
This is taking place at a high school. I need to, in Squid Games, that was a popular South Korean show. I guess not
was.
zombie, but
Yeah. Dark and what would they even, what is that genre? I don't even know.
South Korea.
South Korean
does
scary.
it again. Yeah. So I have to watch it in the original language and I read the subtitles.
Of course. So you're in the peripheral seeing the action while you're like trying to keep up.
Fast.
Okay, that's true.
So I do feel like I'm actually seeing what's going on. But yeah, so I've been doing so I chose this new one called Hellbound.
Okay.
And lo and behold, it's a South Korean like end of the world type thing. I've only watched one episode because these go so slow for me because I just don't get to Netflix and binge, let's say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, between your busy life working all day and then the shows with the girls, it is kind of like, all right, now that I have this free hour to myself, what do I do?
And it turns out just completely escape any sort of reality.
It is food for the soul at times.
Yeah.
Okay. So starting a new show. It's interesting that you say that because my update is similar.
Oh.
Where I've had the unexpected delight of more Piper time lately. So Piper has been joining me. We've been cozying up and we started watching Great British Baking Show.
Oh,
yeah.
That's like comfort show for you.
100%.
For anybody.
For anybody.
For anybody.
Even when they're critical, they're still kind and nice, and the music and the hosts are so fun and
The
lighthearted.
accents.
Yes, the accents.
And the slightly different terms for different things.
Yep. Chips.
Yeah.
Chips equal French fries.
Prove. Don't they have
proving in the proving drawer? Yeah.
That's exactly it.
What does that mean in
letting your dough raise, right?
Rise? Rising. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There were a couple others that Piper and I identified were just different terminology. She really likes it when they say go on.
Yeah.
So just some vernacular. And while we've been doing this, so we've been cozied up in bed watching Wednesday and Great British Baking Show, but we've been attacked by Lady Asian beetles.
Oh, yes.
And like where they dive bomb and all of a sudden you'll hear zzz, and yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So now we have fortified ourselves, and while we were fortifying ourselves and flicking them away when we came across them, I figured out what a group of them is called because I felt like we were being invaded.
Tell me.
A loveliness.
No.
Which it's not. It's not at all.
No.
It's not at all a loveliness, but that is the terminology, I believe, for ladybugs. It's a loveliness of ladybugs.
Well, that's appropriate.
It is. But I mean, can you really tell the difference between another name for the Asian beetles is a harlequin beetle?
Oh,
I know that really brings it to a new level, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah.
You know, in my house, they do hang out in our hallway upstairs. And that is also where my vacuum is kept right now because I just find such joy in sucking them up. And then I have a collection of them. I feel, I guess, slightly bad. They're going to die in this vacuum cleaner.
They are. But if you smash them, I'm sure that's a mess. It's not
They're
like
tough to smash as well.
Exactly.
Like you really have to smash them good because that exoskeleton that they have is kind of hard.
And they stink.
Yeah.
So you don't like, I guess if you were really kind of demented, you'd get pleasure in smashing them, but we're not. So we just suck them up or flick them. And then we wonder why they still hang out.
Yeah. Sometimes when you watch zombie shows and they can just smash a skull in with their foot, and I think,
no,
it seems unrealistic.
Right.
Unless the zombies have been hanging out for a while, then maybe their bone structure deteriorates like the rest of them. But
oh, I see. It's the zombie skull that deteriorates.
Correct.
You're right. Well, I mean, I guess they are quite old. Maybe they've been rotting around.
No, not if they just have turned.
I think I need to understand.
Different episode, folks.
Yeah, exactly. The life cycle of a zombie, according
they all change, depends on what show you're watching.
Okay.
Or what book you're reading. Or, yeah, it's all different. I am just saying, let's say you turned into a zombie right now for whatever reason, and I had to
kill me.
And usually it's the brain. That is the through line, right?
Okay.
It'd be tough to step on your skull right now.
I think so.
Besides the fact that I don't think I could do it. But like, if life and death, just the structure of your skull,
right,
would make that difficult.
I would imagine. Yeah. But I hope you'd kill me if I turned into a zombie. And you've been preparing for this for years.
Yes, I would use my Ginger sewing shears and go for an eye or ear, obviously.
Do you have the gingers on you?
No, but oftentimes, well, we've talked about this and now I'm rambling a little bit, but sometimes I play a game in my head like, what would we do if the zombie apocalypse happened now? And usually I don't have a lot of answers because I don't carry a gun, but I do carry my crochet bag, which has very sharp shears in them. And gingers are beautiful.
They are. They're the very heavy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So if you think about a weapon, there it is. Sometimes hockey blades or skate blades is my arsenal. Softball bat.
I think you need to either on your watch or in some sort of dictation, just start capturing this.
Right.
So the rest of the world can enjoy the way that you're articulating this, and then we'll work out how that'll
and how would we
structure into a book.
This one.
Yeah. It's gonna be yours and yours alone because I can only think of one person to do that, and it's you.
Yeah. Well, to be continued, right?
Yeah. Well, speaking of skates, it was one of the downfalls of this documentary.
Yeah. Let's shift from jolly zombie and an Asian beetle fortification to The Perfect Neighbor.
Okay.
This one was on Netflix and this has been released really recently. It's a buzz.
We were on it.
The tile is, or their their clip is a woman in a tank top.
Okay, once
That's what I
again,
saw.
nope, not mine.
Oh, okay. Mine is she's wearing a tank top,
Okay.
Bermuda shorts.
Oh, yeah.
She's in her maybe 50s or 60s, or she looks like it. There's like a typical looking house in the background, like nothing different about that house. And then it's like kind of blurred out information around the sides. That's what I'm seeing.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, Moon, like, okay, I saw, okay, I'm going to describe what it is, and then I'm going to describe my interpretation of it.
Okay.
It was clearly a duplex with two, not garage, driveways. And it was on a road, and there were trees in the background, and then another house next to it, perhaps another duplex. But it was clearly like a neighborhood, and it was looking at this one particular duplex in the forefront. All I could think when I was looking at it was, that reminds me of two Keebler Elf houses.
Oh.
Like the duplex was the tree,
okay,
and the driveways were the trunks. And all I could think of, this is not at all what I know the show to be. So how dare I think of the Keebler Elves while also reading this?
Did you know what it was going to be about?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I had no idea. So we're going to have to track down your tile, my tile, put it up, show it, because I don't know.
We are seeing these different things.
We are. I
think
Netflix may have some sort of rotation, and it just depends.
They do.
Okay.
Because it took me forever. Remember that one tile?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, to try to find Danny.
Gosh. And then I
sweaty Danny.
I was looking for a completely different show, and there it was. Boom. So I took that photo with my phone. Because I'm like, I swear I saw that. I mean, it makes us feel crazy a little bit.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
Netflix, please stop gaslighting us. Like, we're just trying to make this podcast.
We are not crazy. So I'll tell you a little bit about this documentary.
Okay. Before you do, though, did you know what it was about?
No.
Okay.
Nope, sorry.
Okay.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue. This documentary features mostly body cam footage from Marion County, Florida Sheriff's Department. They get repeated calls from a person, and this woman is always calling to report this bad behavior of her neighbors, especially those pesky kids. And that is our synopsis.
Okay. And before we get into it, watching the body cam footage was a little, it required a little adjustment. Yeah. On my end, like, because it was bouncy and a little jarring, a lot of lights and in focus. But once you got the hang of it, it actually provided almost like a too real cinematic effect. Because, especially when things went down, because obviously Perfect Neighbor is as you mentioned, best misnomer of this particular documentary. Yeah, that was a public service announcement that I really appreciated, because it was like, okay, strap in, Marnie.
But what a way to show it.
Yeah.
That was a good idea.
It was. Well, and it also comes back to how easy it is to stand up a documentary these days. Like, you just you collect the content that is created, because there's no shortage of it.
So our characters here involve Susan, and she is known as the Karen in the neighborhood. I'm going to have to caveat and say, let's try to make Karen be nicer sometimes, because I have two important Karens in my life. In this show, we'll use Karen as they intended.
Do you want to? Because we don't have to. We can call her like decrepit old troll in the Crocs.
That's what we'll mean by we will, because the show characters call her the Karen. And the way they use it really is like
as intended.
Yeah. But I have two Karens I love.
I know, I thought of that.
It's hard not to be like, oh, that's a Karen.
You don't even need to. There's so many other descriptors for, I think, the persona that's describing. Yeah. And quite honestly, she's not a Karen.
No, this is a different level.
This is like, yeah. I think it's the fact that she's just an old dumpy white lady, and that to me is not necessarily a Karen. A Karen would be you and I calling upset about something that we, that we've just been I can't, the audacity of a particular scenario, I think, is a Karen.
Absolutely.
As I understand it from the internet.
That's what I think too.
Okay.
But this woman called the police a lot. To report what?
Oh, don't even get me started. Kids playing.
Yes.
Kids playing. And by the way, I can't even wrap my head around how much this cute little neighborhood, like, and they seemed like they genuinely got along and the kids played really well. Who dissuades that these days? Who? I can't get my kids to go out and play like that. I mean, they're older, but that was like productive behavior.
I agree 1000%. You know, if you ever hear people that are older than us, and I'm sure we will, well, we do as well. Remember in our days, there were no phones and we were outside playing until the street light. I mean, that is this neighborhood.
Yes.
These kids were outside playing kickball, tag, like they were probably being little shits because kids are.
Of course they were.
Like, they were all outside together, and it did seem like, and I think maybe one of the dads even said, like, yeah, we all watch them all.
Yeah. Well, there was this perfect spot. So, okay, I gotta pause for just a hot minute in a Marnie like diatribe. I wish there was a map. Did you find yourself kind of lost as to where, like, I got the sense that Turtle Lady was right here, you know, and no one knows what that actually means. And then there was a big lot by her house. And I'm sure there was noise, but I'm guessing not until late into the evening. I mean, these were like 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
7 to 12-year-olds, maybe.
That's what it looked like.
Right? I mean, these are not teenagers, ruffians. They were just kids out playing football.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we've got Susan, we've got kids, we've got Ajika. Is that
okay?
Did I say that right?
I had to phonetically spell it. Ashika. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
She is a mother of 4 kids in the neighborhood. They called her AJ.
Okay, I think that's easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, she was. So she's described as a hard worker, manager at McDonald's. She has her kids in football, in gymnastics, in dance. It's like, okay, so like all of us, just working hard, getting your kids in the activities they want to be in, and coming home, and you know, you've got to feed said kids, you have to clean your house.
You got to walk that dog Tash.
And to have your kids outside playing, what a blessing. Like when Nora is outside playing, perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they're not lingering around asking like, what's for dinner? What's this? What's that? You know, on their phones.
Nora is on her phone, but she has the music on, and so she's always singing outside. I often wonder what the neighbors are thinking, because she is like punting a football in the yard while singing.
What songs are she? What songs are she? God,
she's singing. Oh,
is she?
Conan Gray is a really. She loves him.
Okay.
Brandy came out with a new album recently, so we're listening to that on repeat.
She's picking up Mom's playlist.
Well,
love it.
Help it, yeah. Olivia Rodrigo, of course, is a big one for her.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi Perez is in the mix recently, so yeah, a lot of eclectic music for her, but she just belts it. And then she's got that tomboy streak where she is just kicking the hell out of that football.
I got a demonstration.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I got a demonstration, and it was, she's got a leg on her.
Yes.
Whack.
Yep. Pretty impressive. Punter.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't put a lot of characters because they kind of come in and out, but our main characters are Susan, and AJ, and then the neighborhood.
The neighborhood and the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. And you wrote down Izzy. You're right. There were 4 of them. Izzy, Africa, and now I'm going to forget the other 2.
I feel like there was a Titus.
Titus, yes.
Yeah.
And
a baby, a smaller kiddo, I think. That's my sense of the...
Yeah, but they were all out doing the thing, and I had to Google where Marion County, Florida was.
Oh, I didn't even... I heard Florida, and I thought swamp, and then I stopped.
And it couldn't have been further from the truth.
Floridians.
I think it's Central Florida.
Yeah, and I know that there are I know that there are obviously differences in where you are in Florida.
Yeah.
But
We're adults.
in
we
my
know this.
mind, I was like, Everglades.
I would love a good Everglades documentary as to what happens there.
See, I haven't watched one of those, believe it or not. I just think of national parks, and there's Everglades is down there.
Would you go gator hunting?
No, would I like kill it? Or
well, would you go with me in one of those boats with
with the big fan?
Yeah, with the big fan.
You go ahead
around.
and hunt the gator.
Okay.
If by hunting you mean looking at them,
exactly. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to kill them.
Yeah,
even though they are a pest.
I'm not against killing animals.
Right. No.
Let me say that as we are going to be upon deer hunting season I don't mean it like that.
We eat them.
Like, yeah. If you kill gators and eat gators and do you.
But this Marion County is not gator country.
Okay, well, good to know.
we covered that. Okay, so like you said, this takes place not too long ago, not in the not so distant past, and Susan calls in.
So it starts with, or the documentary starts with, the phone call that she was being abused or aggressively attacked by AJ, who she claims hit her with a sign.
Yeah, no one saw that.
No one. Okay, so, and AJ reports, yes, I took that no trespassing sign and I flung it over my shoulder.
So she did something with a sign, probably out of frustration, because I don't think this is the first time this lady has called in about the kids. So she's probably just like, God, yet again, here we are.
Yes.
Bitching about my kids for playing.
Yes. So then, and there are no marks, bruises, or anything on Susan's legs where she claims she was viciously attacked.
Right. Yeah.
So that's our first interaction with these.
And the first interaction takes place on her dumpy, leaf-laden front step. Okay, so look, we, again, in the non-judgment camp, but I get to judge this lady.
I do too.
If you live alone, you're there, you're so worried about these kids, but you can't take a little pride in your space and clean out the leaves, and I don't know, it just looked like she doesn't even go outside anyways. There's probably some mental illness there, clearly. Yeah. But man, that lady, and then she comes waddling out with her scrunchie and her Crocs. I just, and like you said, the Bermuda shorts, and the tank top. I was at a loss for words.
Everything about her was slightly repulsive.
Yes.
And I will also be judging said Bermuda shorts and tank top. And ma'am, did you look in the mirror before you left today? And we don't, look at us. We're rarely in fine shape, but you won't catch me in Bermuda shorts or capris.
No. Or a tank top like that, I guess.
Floral, blousey tank, whatever.
I know.
Susan deserves that.
Dr. Susan?
At one point, she does say she's a doctor.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I know. I Googled it. She's not.
Let's, just add it to when you talk about mental health. Yes. We'll add it to her diagnoses there.
Yeah. Of I don't know, disassociation, multiple personalities. I don't know.
Yeah. This started in February. By August, she's calling more. The kids are playing. She's just always calling because these kids are playing. She calls them, and I really won't.
We don't even want to say the words, right? I don't want to either.
Say it, but
yeah,
we'll say R word.
Yep. And the N word and the B word and the F word and I like all the words that you. First of all, you don't call a person, and then second, you certainly don't call a kid.
No.
A kid.
No.
Kids. I don't know.
And
zero patience for this one.
Is telling the officers she doesn't understand it because she's the perfect neighbor.
That's right. She has. Yeah. She goes there.
And I was like, oh, that's where they got that title. But yeah.
Well, she was the perfect neighbor, but she was screaming at the kids, and apparently they were, and I quote, one of the kids was trying to put his dog in her truck. Now, if we roll footage back to the size of this dog, it's like a horse.
And the size of the kid.
And the size of the kid. And I think one of the neighbors even said like, like almost kind of laughed to himself.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that he'd be able to lift that dog and put it under truck because the kid is just a little sprinkle of a kid. And then this dog is a, I don't know, Bernese Mountain Dog cross poodle.
Right. I mean, like
a big old guy.
This isn't happening. And then they also said that she would randomly put on her truck alarm.
Yeah.
And that these kids got too close or trying to break into her truck. I mean, she's creating this chaos for herself. And then she calls the police. Another call, but where she calls herself Dr. Lorenz.
Oh, yes. December.
The officers are addressing the kiddos in a group on this one. And they are like, yeah, kids, we know what it's like to be young. Play outside. Try not to antagonize your neighbor, but stay off the TikToks. I mean, every adult.
Them TikToks. I wrote that down. That is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's better than them TikToks.
Every adult is like seeing this is a good thing to be in this neighborhood and playing.
Yes.
The adults, again, we've already said this, they seem to be all kind of watching out for everybody's kiddos. They're all kind of treated like the same bunch of kids, right?
Yes.
And then we get a random different incident from the auto yard.
Oh.
Do you remember this?
Okay, so I think the kids instigated a 911 call. She calls on them. The guy, or it's separate incidents, but it is within the scope of this documentary. The cop goes, and it's late at night, and is like, ma'am, I'd like to talk to you about something. And she refuses.
Yes.
And it's at that point that he's like, I just wanted to talk to you about this thing. And apparently she either ran her car in some sort of capacity and broke the law and was going to get in trouble for it.
Well, she was ramming her vehicle into a locked fence.
Okay. That seems like a productive use of time.
So she doesn't admit it. She read her Miranda rights because the owner of this lot did like close up and she was stuck in there, but she said it reminded her of being raped.
Right. Yeah.
And beaten because she's been raped and beaten.
And that was after he was like, look, you said no to talk to me. And she was trying to like climb out of the bag of excuses for any particular behavior. I mean, this woman.
No, there's multiple calls. At one point in May of 2023, she goes into the station to report the kids they're playing outside. And the officer is like, well, we can't really do anything because
and it's not trespassing. The guy whose property these kids were playing on, he said it's fine.
Yes.
So it's not her property. Is it noise in the air? It is, but it's kids playing. Come on.
Yeah. Like the kids say that she did flash her gun at them.
Oh, I missed that.
I think that did happen. So she did flash her gun.
Okay.
And then we're jumping, like we've got all these calls, and then it's June 4th, 2023. There are multiple calls.
Because of someone threw a skate. Was it the kid who threw the skate, or did she throw the skate at the kid?
Okay. So there's multiple calls to the police to come.
Okay.
I did document this kind of well. Kind of.
Okay, I'm following.
So most witnesses report that Izzy went over to get his tablet.
Okay.
And Susan had it.
Oh.
It's like holding it, right? He told her to give it back or he would go get his mom.
Sounds like something a kid would do.
She told him to go get your mom and then threw the roller skates at him. Izzy went to get his mom and started knocking. And then AJ went over and started knocking on Susan's door. I think this is when she also proceeds to call those kiddos the R word again.
Okay, of course. Yeah.
And honestly, if I was AJ, I'd be like, enough is enough.
Oh, I'd be belligerently banging on her door too.
So
Like, honestly, I think that she exhibited some restraint in a way, because I'd want to beat the shit out of this lady.
I would
My
be
kids
so fed up.
are playing and you're throwing things at them, you're calling them names. I'm going to punch your face in.
Yeah. So AJ goes over there and does knock on this door and gets shot.
Well, she knocks on the door. Another phone call is made. In fact, there are timestamps.
Right. Yep.
8:54. She calls. At 8:59, she calls again.
Susan.
Yep, this is all Susan.
Yep.
8:54, 8:59, 9:01. And in between the 8:54 and 8:59, the cop said, we are on our way.
Yeah.
And 8:59 is when she was checking on it, I guess. And then 9:01, I think I just shot someone.
Yep. And then we get to the police station, and in one of these interviews, she's like, no, she had to have been pounding on her door. She was going to break her door in. The whole house was shuddering. Susan didn't know where her phone was at this time.
Right.
All of this is happening, and the officers were like, and how long was she pounding on your door? And she's like, minutes, right? This is taking 10 minutes. And then they proved, no, it was 2 minutes from the time you called us, reported you lost your phone, had to go back and fight. I mean, like, until you shot her.
The jig is up.
Minutes. Yeah.
It's like she wanted to.
Door. She did want to. This was...
because she researched this stand your ground. Now, we could go a million different ways or, like avenues with that particular topic, but it is a law in the state of Florida wherein if you or your property feels at risk or is under attack, you do have the right to use deadly force. Like that is the law.
Yep. And
she researched this, and I think they uncovered that later after or during the confession. Like, you clearly looked into this ahead of this incident and then used it. So it was like her defense, which is why she wasn't put in jail right away, because I think everybody was kind of scrambling, like, wait a minute, this is the law. So under any other circumstance, we have to kind of figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
We can't arrest the person right away because this is her right, yet they needed to uncover that it was used improperly.
So, and I agree, like the sheriff's office or whoever handles these, they did have to complete the series of steps, which you would want anybody to do to make a solid case.
Yes.
Either for or against. I mean, collect the evidence.
Right.
Present the evidence. But that sometimes, and in this case, didn't happen overnight, which brought a lot of frustration and...
Oh, people were pissed.
Breaking into her house, I think.
I mean, I don't think you're going to find much to steal except that big freezer that was in her. Did you see that? It was like a stand-up freezer right in the door.
Yeah. I was expecting like tunnels, like hoarders kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be interesting. Maybe further in.
Probably.
I'd be so curious. I bet she's got those dolls that look like real babies. And she probably takes care of them. You know?
You think so? Do you think she breastfeeds them and stuff?
Probably. I mean, she clearly has issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
But kids don't, they do not seem to be like her avenue. But I agree. Like maybe secretly.
Well, her silent baby kids are probably perfect.
Why can't you be like my silent baby kids? They're all sitting quietly.
My children are sleeping. This is probably what's starting this whole thing off.
You're right.
The babies are sleeping.
Do you think she has a nursery of like 8 of them?
Either that or a collection of Beanie Babies or like precious moments. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get any of that in jail.
No.
I mean, we do get to, especially for her, we get to imagine what sort of shit she's got going on.
Well, and going back to the incident, so she shoots Ashika, which is horrible. She survives for a period of time, and you're getting it on the body cam. And like, here's where my heart just broke and all the hairs on my arm just stand up. These poor kids see their mom being resuscitated or in the process. They're crying.
Yes.
They're beside themselves. So while this is happening, she is rushed off to the hospital where she's pronounced dead. A guy comes out of nowhere. He seems to have driven in, but he is then given the responsibility to tell these kids that mom had passed.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess I've never laid witness to that sort of news to kids. That was heartbreaking.
It was really, really hard, especially on Izzy.
Yes.
Who felt like this was his fault. And the officer, before I think she was pronounced dead, the officer says, "Are you okay?" And Izzy says, "Yes, but my heart is broken."
I wrote that down too.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
You just hope you never hear these words out of the mouths of babes, right? I mean, it's just, and these kids are crying. And luckily this guy was hugging them. And
well, that was their dad.
Oh, it was their dad? Okay.
That's what that's how I interpret it.
Okay.
I don't think mom and dad were together, but that was the kids' dad.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so she passes. We've got Nutball, Turtle Croc Lady, like still out she's not arrested. But when she's brought in, I have to make an observation. She's sitting there pathetically in a corner, and it's gray carpeted or, kind of like soundproof walls. And all I see is this like band of like dirt. Like dirty heads have been resting against it. So I just picture her with this like halo of dirt. And I was like, how fitting.
Yeah.
How fitting for you.
Yeah.
So she eventually, like, they draw out the series of events so explicitly, I think, and now she didn't have an attorney, which is interesting, but they say, this is what we know. And then she essentially says like, yeah, but I don't think she agreed that she did it premeditatively.
Right. And I feel like, and this makes sense to me, you really can't shoot people through your dead-bolted, secured door, even if they're standing right there. Like, stop it.
Yeah. No, it needs to be where someone is. I think that's where the stand your ground.
Yeah.
And where they're like, okay, there are levels to this thing. Where does this fall on the spectrum? And finally, the spectrum was, okay, dead-bolted, closed door, in no way, shape, or form, being trampled upon. This woman is, yes, probably loudly and aggressively banging on your door, which you deserve. Yeah. But she was not going to kill you.
No windows were broken.
No.
Like, if you really wanted to do this woman harm, you could have gone in through a window. I mean, you could have thrown the roller skate through the window.
Right.
Yes. Like, of course it sounded threatening, I would imagine.
I'm sure she's scared, and it seems like she's fragile. I know, I roll.
Yes.
You're right. It's fragile's maybe the wrong word, but
she's making it like, in her fucked up brain.
Yeah.
She's the victim.
You're right. Yeah.
She really is. Opinion. With those kids out there joyously yelling, playing. I mean, it's like we all kind of have seen this type of lady.
We sure have.
Or man, I guess.
Yeah. But now she's in jail.
Yeah, she did actually. There was quite the stir that she wasn't arrested for a while.
It's because of the law. They were looking into it. They needed to make sure. Yep.
The district attorney did say, stand your ground does not apply here. She was found guilty by a jury and then sentenced to 25 years in prison.
In which, I wrote this down, at the end of the trial, the judge said, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That one threw me a little bit. Good luck.
And jail sure didn't treat her that well.
She was gross looking. I didn't recognize her. I thought, is this a different woman?
Okay, well, she was
great. Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. Skinny.
Yeah.
Skinny gross.
Skinny gray.
Well, yeah. So she was no longer blonde. The gray, it was coming through.
Yeah.
Lost a ton of weight. I'm sure that the food there is not satisfactory, or she and her baby dolls are
She's
not
missing her babies.
Yeah. Well, she's missing her babies and her frozen pizza.
Yeah.
That was kept in the living room. God. All right. So Moon, like, we don't like this lady.
No.
Glad she's in jail. Feel horrible for the kids. You know, public service announcement, notwithstanding, but anything you'd want to like put on a shirt?
Well, I think at one point somebody said to her, what you're doing and saying right now is not reasonable. And I'd throw that on a shirt and wear it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that could be appropriate in many, many different situations.
You're right.
Even self to self.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know. Like, could I go on a rant about my own irrational behavior and thoughts? Gosh.
Yeah. So that could be on a shirt or it could be on a card.
Yep.
Like encouragement.
Yeah.
Like, pick up.
What you're doing is not reasonable.
Yeah. You got this.
Yeah. I think I'd have to go back to it's better than them TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I loved that because it was clear he had no idea what that is. And the grammatical error, which I am subject to over and over and over again. I just don't know my words these days.
I don't either.
I think it could be, my face is immobile thanks to some great Botox. I love it.
All right.
Well, I guess that's the gist of The Perfect Neighbor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next time.
Until next time.
Yeah. Okay. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. You may have picked up on a fact or two.
Or just convinced yourself you did.
Either way, that's the Gist Project. Never educational, but always entertaining.